All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Randomania. We are here for another Pokemon Crystal Randomizer Cinco bingo race this evening between Dulls and Dio Games. My name is Mizzlesticks. I'm joined here by Fire1520. Fire, how you doing tonight?
Doing great. I'm actually feeling pretty good right now. Took a shower and yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. So we've got a pretty good race on our hands here. We've got the card. We've got both runners just about ready to go here. Anything on that card stand out to you that might be something to keep an eye on?
Rock type move, that's always a bad go to have. 3 level 30s. Personally, I don't like that go. It's not particularly difficult, but I really don't like that. And if they set, that's something to watch out for the time. So if they set to defeat Lapras and they want to do some sort of rollover, they have to set it to Friday, and then they can't access the contest. So that's something to watch out for.
So the things that stick out to me, again, you point out the three level 30 Pokemon. Setting it to Friday day does not look like it would be a big problem. I don't see anything else that's day specific. But the other things to look for, again, rock type move. There's not that many choices to go for, as well as dragon type Pokemon. You're severely handcuffed with dragon type Pokemon. Only 4 options to go with.
Well, yeah, that's not usually very good. Although, and yeah, both are in pretty bad spots. Both are in diagonals, both the rock type and the dragon type. So that could potentially be a problem. I see stop the same Pokemon evolving 4 times. Usually that's not too terribly bad, but if they don't really get good options, such as low-level Pokemon like Caterpie, or if stuff that evolve at low level they can only find at high levels, it can be a bit of a pain. What else do we have here? We have Mankey Meowth, which is only 2 possible Pokemon. There's no other way around it. What else? And defeat a level 40, which is always a bit of time consuming. Unless they randomly find a Roman like Paradox likes to do.
Alright, we're going to get these guys a countdown. We're going to get this race underway here.
And the countdown is going, so they should be coming off at any moment.
There we go, countdown is done. Once again, I've figured out how to type and count at the same time, and both of our racers will be getting underway.
Alright, looks like Dio has the half a second head start, so he's probably gonna win.
Half a second, full second. We'll see what ends up happening here. So, as we get into this, we do see some daytime selection here from both racers. Smart choice going with daytime, going for the 3 level 30 Pokemon, and we'll get to see what our starters are.
All right. Please, Mewtwo. Oh, Onyx Cypher, not on the card this time around.
Yeah, for Alligator, that could be interesting. And a Delibird. Now, the thing to remember is we do have release starter before level 11, so whatever they're taking here, they're not likely to get to hang on to.
I don't agree with Doll's choice. You're giving your rival a Feraligatr, which is a... Well, I guess it depends on the moves, but it is a pretty bulky Pokemon that could potentially just destroy you if it has good moves. Whereas Dio Games got the Feraligatr, and thus it gave Delibird to your rival. I was gonna say Paradox to your rival. So, it's gonna be a very easy Pokemon to kill. Dio Games seen an Aerodactyl that is very, very runnable. Unfortunately, no Pokeballs yet, so let's see if he finds that on the way back, or if Dulls finds it himself.
Yeah, we're looking at a possibility. We're looking where rival could be incredibly difficult on Dulls' side. You're talking a difference of a water type with tons of resistances versus something that's 4x weak to rock. If you do end up finding a rock move, something like a Rock Slide or an Ancient Power early on, it's going to make for a difference. It's going to make a key difference for DL here.
On the flip side, however, if he can get a good like Thunderbolt or perhaps a very very good grass type move or something like that. For Alligator, is going to be worth a lot of experience. It doesn't really matter too much in the early game, but it's a good point if he can capitalize on that.
Dulls in his choice did get a free Sweet Scent TM, so he could Sweet Scent early while looking for encounters.
Ooh, Dulls finding Kizabus. Let's see if he's gonna catch it or if he's gonna run away from it. In his place, I don't know what I would do. And the card spoils it for us. He's gonna catch it.
Meanwhile, Dio Games finds himself a Slowking. Not a fantastic option, but it is on the card. So both runners, at just about the exact same time, finding a Pokemon on the card. And they're both gonna know roundabout where that's at.
I didn't. Did those check the moves on the Electabuzz? I was paying attention at Dio Games.
I did not. I could not tell if he checked it. We should see momentarily, though. I bet. No, here we go. He's checking it. Checking it now. Dynamic Punch, Mind Reader, Tackle, Fire Blast. Not a strong moveset. The Mind Reader Dynamic Punch combo is kind of interesting, but not really that great, given only 5 PP.
I could see him just going with it to try and get access to better slots, say, to the 31 or perhaps the Dark Cave or in Reigns of Alpha or perhaps Proud Tower, but I don't really see that as being fully runnable. But if it's at the absolute only thing he finds, it can at the very least carry him somewhat.
Yeah, at the very least, it's good enough to get him to 31 or 36 to 31, 36, or Dark Cave to check some more encounter slots. I just think he'll run into a lot of problems with PP if he sticks with it. You're almost dependent. You're absolutely dependent on that Mind Reader for the Dynamic Punch as well. So you're talking everything taking roughly 2 turns if you have to use Dynamic Punch.
Ooh, Slowking had an item, and it's a Pokédoll. Nice. Ooh, and also Rock type move. It has rollout, so it's definitely 100% runnable. I would main switch in a heartbeat.
Which one was this? I lagged out here.
The Slowking on Dio's side. And by the way, it has rollout, which means it can completely destroy this Delibird if you really, really wanted to.
I commented about finding a Rock type move early.
Hey, good guess, man.
Now, I think if you're gonna look for a Rock type move to run, you're gonna want to find something a little more reliable than Rollout. I mean, it works well enough to get the job done, but I wouldn't bank on Rollout.
To be fair, for the longest time, it was thought that Rollout was the strongest form of damage that Pokemon ever could have, but then we realized it was Ice Ball in the end. But hey, nice trivia for you there.
Ooh, we got an Amulet coin. Not much in the way of needing money on this card. There's no Rising Badge. There's no buy the 3 game corner pokes. So they will be able to be a little more comfortable with money, but there's no dire need for it.
Come on, do Garf strats. Come on, Dulls. Don't disappoint me.
I see somebody pointing out 3 eggs. 3 eggs doesn't necessarily have anything to do with money. You know, I mean, typically you're going to find something if you're going to find something in the game corner, it's going to be the cheap Pokemon.
Yeah, unless... Go ahead.
But yeah, you're not... I highly doubt it's going to come down to the most expensive Pokemon to be able to complete that goal.
I remember the first time I did it, it was the Hitmontop, so it was not fun at all, but I didn't know about that. I cried.
Ooh, Dulls finds a Moltres. X4 weak to rock, but I mean, we gotta see, like, this thing, strong physical move already from Sludge Bomb. It could be runnable. Could be a good Moltres.
Not only that, running in something with 4-type weakness means that the AI is gonna use that weakness more often, so it would be good not only in the sense of being a good main, but also to scout out on potential rock-type moves that those does not have at the moment.
It's got Stab Wing Attack, while on the other side we do see a Lugia.
Lugia with Snore, nice.
Stab Wing Attack could be really useful here. He could, it's not a bad Moltres. Yeah, it is lacking in, Snore, Pound, Flame Wheel, and Mirror Coat on the Lugia. That's
Not to mention the Legends experience and the fact that it is a Lugia, so it doesn't have that great of an attack stats, or a special attack for that matter.
Dulls is going to go ahead and fight Youngster Joey. Get a little bit of early experience as well as that first phone number. Get the max phone book started here.
I wonder if he's gonna fight the Bug Catcher, or I think the Bug Trainer, or whatever his class is that has a bunch of Pokemons in the early game. Because that's gonna be worth a lot of experience and gonna give it a phone number. And Dulls just died. Will he reset? No, he's not. I guess he's just gonna kill this Feraligatr with with Thunderbolt.
Now he's got to be careful here how much experience this Scyther ends up picking up going up the route here. It's already level 8. He cannot let it get to level 11.
Dulls deciding to go back and heal. I 100% agree with that play. He must be feeling very, very bad right now, but he's gotta do it.
Yeah, if you're trying to run that, if he's trying to run this Moltres, he doesn't have a choice. He has to get the early experience on it to get it started, and that's going to start with at least Youngster Mikey here. Dio Games throwing some Nightshade at the Heracross. 6-hole damage. Does enough there. Trying to learn Ember.
Very shady play by Dio.
Oh no. Oh.
Squirtle's got Protect. Unfortunately not on the card though.
Yeah, so I want to point out about Dio Games getting the Slow King. Slacking. Wow, played a lot of Gen 3 today. The Slow King. He didn't check the moveset like super quickly, and he didn't see the Rock type move on it while I was catching it. So honestly, I mean, Dulls knows where roundabout where he found a Rock type move. He doesn't necessarily know what Pokemon. Now, obviously, he'll figure it out once he gets, apparently he found it already, because Ancient Power on the Jolteon. Disregard everything I was just saying.
And reminder that it also has self-destruct, so he does have hand grenades, just in case he needs them.
You gotta love getting cut off mid-sentence by something that makes your information completely irrelevant.
So yeah, remember when we said Rock move was gonna be a very problematic goal? Never mind.
I'm sticking with my prediction of Dragon type. I think the Dragon type's gonna be the problem.
let me pick something else. Catch
Oh, come on.
a Pokemon in Lugia's room. They're not gonna want to do that, but they're gonna have to in the end.
Oh man, you can't opt to a different bet on what's going to be problematic once yours is gone. Come on. Nah, it's fine. I'll give you Lugia's room. I'll give you Lugia's room. So Dio Games looking in Dark Cave for probably for a new main. He still hasn't found anything extremely runnable. Is the terminology I'll use, is extremely runnable.
I don't know, I feel like he's just having bad luck with that Moltres, and speaking of luck, Dio found a berry juice. Unfortunately, not on the card. Wait a second. There are 2 berry juices? Are you serious? Who made this?
Yes. Double berry juice.
But why? Who made this?
Hey man, they all can't be winner ROMs like the last one. That last ROM was beautiful. So, both players finding a Girafarig here that's going to help start towards that own 6 different normal types goal. I might have missed that. Did Dio Games not catch? Did he not catch that?
I missed it as well. I was looking at those, but if he did not, he might have thought, oh, Girafarig is not on the card, because it is a Pokemon that could potentially show up on the card, but because it is not, he might think that he doesn't need it, which I guess it's kind of true, but it is a normal type Pokemon that he could have used, but...
That is the other... I'm sorry, yeah, that is the other thing, is he might not remember it's normal.
Now, to be fair, it's only useful if you have a Dragon type, which he does not. If he has Electabuzz, Jynx, or Magmar, which, granted, he has some information, but he doesn't have right now. And if he has Whipping Bell or Gloom, which he does not have at the moment. So, in the end, 6 normal types could be a big investment that just absolutely doesn't pay off. So, I guess he could be just YOLOing and assuming he does not need it, but I don't know.
We'll see that. We'll see how that pays off here. It could. You're right. It could come down to not mattering. Meanwhile, he's gonna check out on 36, looking for something more runnable than this Rapidash. I'm guessing. He does find a Beedrill. He's just gonna run from that. Yeah, Beedrill's fast, but not fantastic. Dio's gonna duck back into Violet City and sell that TM01 that he had.
Understandable. There are no TM goals on the card.
Dolls is gonna start the level 9. See what we're looking at on this level 9 Pokemon. It could be a monster. Or it's a Teddiursa.
Little bear!
It's the most cuddly monster ever. Oh, it's got bubble.
It's bubbling at us. It's so cute.
Boy, if Dio Games could find that in the wild.
Rapidash getting Feint Attack. I guess it's better than something like Rest, I suppose, but not the move you want. You want Fire Blast or maybe Flamethrower. Perhaps even Flame Wheel would do. Ooh, Dio finding a Master Ball. That could prove very, very useful if he needs to catch that one last Pokemon.
Oh, we've got information on a Dragon type.
So in the end, Doom Sprout Tower pays off. It's also interesting to note that Kingdra has Mud Slap, which is an accuracy reducing move. It's not on the card right now, but it could have been.
Dell's is going to go ahead and get started with getting started on Falkner. Falkner leading a Golduck.
And it gave those a present. And
It's
then
a-
it boomed.
It's an exploding Golduck! Not like this, our young hero down on the word go.
And there's another one!
Oh my gosh. Hecht Herc is right.
I mean, it would be funny if those decided, you know what? I'm gonna fight this explosion with Jolteon Self-Destruct. In the meantime, Dio picking a Focus Band could potentially save him in a desperate situation. Only 10% of a chance though, and only a chance at all if he decides to equip it in the first place. But if he doesn't have anything better to do, I guess you might as well just put that one Focus Band for the thing. And there's the first explosion. One of the Golducks is down. Now there's only the second one left.
So this is a really good play by Dulls here. Get the Rapidash out there, switch out immediately, and get all the experience with none of the risk, or he's gonna just Psychic that. I don't know about that. Oh, there it goes, it boomed. He survives the fight, but he does lose out on the experience from the 9.
I guess I could see that play. He might have thought that with some good damage ranges he would have been able to KO and get a quick kill, and if he failed, that's fine. He would just explode and the fight would end anyway. It's not like it's only one Pokemon worth of experience. He can afford to just not get that experience and have the fight be done with. Meanwhile, for Alligator's getting bigly. Watch out for the level 11.
So Dio Games picking up Flash. It's going to help him out with 4 non-TM, non-damaging moves, as well as any sort of issues he might have getting to any problems he has getting to Lugia's room.
Those fighting an optional for the phone book. It's only a single Pokemon, so that's one of the more optimal ones to pick. There are multiple ones, and it depends on runner preference which ones you get, but those, the ones that only have a single Pokemon are the most optimal ones for, I guess, obvious reasons.
So it looks like both runners are going to run the Rapidash. Dio Games looked like he might have been foregoing the release starter before 11 goal, but opted for it anyway.
Yeah, since it got to level 10, it was getting very, very dangerous. Like, one more level and he would be locked out of that go forever. And I guess it's not too terribly bad because, once again, it's in a spot that needs other information to be useful, and quite a lot of it. But you don't want to be locked out of a go if you can help avoiding it.
Now, the good news for him is he does have dragon-type information that Dulls is not privy to yet.
Speaking of information, we just see those fighting a Meowth on one of the trainers. I think it's the fisherman that gives a phone book. So,
Yep.
if it's available, that's going to be good. And if Dio decides to skip this one fisherman for whatever reason, he's going to be missing out on that important piece of information. But we're going to have to wait until a dex check to see if Meowth is actually available, or if it's just debated.
So Dulls almost forgets to pick up Fisherman Rob's phone number, but he does double back for it. Meanwhile, Dio is getting hit with an ancient power from that base 130 attack from that Kingler. Did a fair chunk of damage, but he does take it rather well. Does get through, and now he's going to find the joys and wonder of the exploding Golducks.
Alright, come on. First turn explosion. Do it. Okay, to be fair, because Dio's Rapidash is at a higher level, he's gonna be able to two-shot those things. And it's unlikely that they use explosion because they're not gonna. The explosion is not gonna be able to one-shot the Rapidash itself. So he could have a much easier time than those. But let's see if this Golduck's gonna do it. Ooh, it survived, and it actually healed the Rapidash, and the Rapidash two-shots it. So he's not going to know the joys of exploding Golduck, not unless something else shows up. Those doing fishing strats finds a Dugong, not particularly useful. Let's see if he just tries again. Because it's a 60, a 30, and a 10%. So you could argue that, okay, I found the 30 or the 10, so if I try again, I'm gonna find the 60, and then I check 2 slots. And then if you found the 60, there's still a 40% chance of just finding something different. So you could potentially just try to fish twice to check a second slot, but he did decide not to do that. He also found a Dunsparce, which is a normal type Pokemon, but apparently he's not catching it. And yep, he ran away from it the second time. I wonder if he doesn't realize it, or if he's skipping it out on purpose.
I'd be more inclined to think he's skipping that on purpose. He probably sees, he probably sees the Weeping Bell, the Gloom, and the Dragon-type Pokemon, and he's not looking to make a play on it. I still think he should be catching it. Just, I mean, you've run into it, you might as well.
Dio finding Mamgar in Union Cave. However, he already has that go, so... I'm sorry, Dulce found a Magmar in the Union Cave, but he already has that, so...
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Dio repels through there. He's going to miss out on that. If he doesn't repel through there, does he find it? Is the other half of it. He does know at least somewhat. He does have a really solid idea as to where Electabuzz, Jinx, or Magmar is as well, from how early that was marked off by Dulles. So it might not mean anything.
In the meantime, Dio getting to fight the fisherman as expected, so now he has Meowth information too. And it's also interesting to note, Dulles is fighting the Hiker, which has more than one Pokemon. Not everyone does that. I think, if I recall correctly, I think Pika does it to get it as early as possible, but I don't remember. I personally don't do it.
It's not a bad fight to take, especially since, his Rapidash is only level 13 right now after this fight. It's something to keep in mind. Just the extra experience from that fight going into not only the 14 in the well, but the Bugsy fight as well, especially if there's something threatening in that fight, that battle could come in handy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Interesting choice. He did opt to keep rest on the Rapidash. Not sure what that is.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, those, you don't need 21 super potions. Don't worry, you're not gonna need that many.
Yeah. Something else to point out. Dulles, looks like Dulles forgot the hiker's phone number.
Oh yeah, you're right.
How are you supposed to call him to say hi?
How is he supposed to call you in the middle of an important Viking section?
Yeah, how is he supposed to interrupt you when you're trying to focus on swag boulders and ice path? Anyway, I digress. Looks like Dulles is gonna go ahead and get started with Slowpoke well here. We'll see how well he handles this. 14 could be interesting. I have this horrible feeling that the 14 is gonna be a terrible monster.
It will have Earthquake. Or maybe Dig. I think Dig's more likely. Yeah, it's gonna have Dig.
Oh, let me have my fun. Let me have my fun. I don't care if he can get called indoors or not. Let me have my fun. It's not, you don't have to correct me on everything. Also, shoutouts to Garth in the chat. Both players are on right around the same fight. Just a few steps difference. This man in chat. Anyway, we do see a Murkrow here. Not really useful this time. Not on the card. That's one of those things. Like it's always rough when you see things like that, and you just kind of wish it were maybe in the spot of like the Weeping Bell or the Gloom, because you could at least chalk it up like, all right, well at least I got that now. But both these players really close here. I was gonna say you can chime in when I throw it over to you.
Excuse me? I was not paying attention because, Pika pointed out that I said that the slot chances for, fishing strats is 60, 30, 10, but he just corrected me saying it's 70, 15, and 15. So, forget what I just said. Fishing twice is a bad idea.
Yeah. You're twice as likely to just keep running into that same thing, unfortunately. But to be fair, the commentary guide that has been provided does have some misinformation in it, so we apologize for the incorrect information, but you guys got the correct information from Pika in the chat. The Nidorino is interesting. That does give us a way into Nidoking if the Nidorino is available.
Oh, we see Oddish, so we could potentially have Gloom information. I don't know which level it evolves.
So I predicted a horrible monster on the 14, and it's an Oddish. So far, every bad thing I've predicted has been wrong, thankfully.
And an interesting thing to note is that even though Dio started a bit late because he did the Sprout Tower, he's now actually ahead. So I guess it paid off in the end.
Oddish evolves at level 21.
Okay, that's not too bad. It's definitely doable.
Yeah, especially if you find it in a late game spot, something like, you know, Route 43, something heading towards Lake of Rage, anywhere up there.
And if not, the feat of 40 is still on the card anyway, so you have most likely the 3 sages that you could just do for a bunch of experience. The Field Lapras is also on the card, so that's, I guess, one Pokemon that you could go for. Both players now stuck on the Taurus.
Well, there's a lot of things with present so far. Here we go. Dio Games is going to start the Bugsy fight. Actually, both players starting the Bugsy fight almost at the same time.
Remoraid looks riveting, to say the least.
Oh, there's some baby information. We do see an Elekid here.
Oh yeah, that is on the card. I didn't even realize that, but that is one of the babies. And if Dio really wanted to, he could get his 3rd level 30 by evolving the Elekid, so it would count as Electabuzz, and it would count as 3 level 30s, if he really wanted to.
We are talking serious desperation at that point. I mean,
I could see it happening.
The only way I see that happening is if somebody set their clock for night, killed the Roamers and the Tin Tower Suicune, and didn't know how to reset their clock.
I am... Okay, it's not gonna happen, but come on, just picture it in your head for a second. Meanwhile, they're fighting a rival, and it's important to note that they have different rivals because they did pick different starters. We see, ooh, Dio's seeing a Lapras, so he's not gonna need to go back to the cave later. That's gonna save him a little bit of time.
And it's pretty useful. That means he doesn't have to make the trip into the basement of Union Cave for pretty much anything. Unless he gets unlucky and finds something that's only in Union Cave.
And another thing is, if Dulce has, like, realizes it, he might think that he's behind because he has not seen a Lapras and he will not see it on this rival. So he might think that there's a Lapras farther ahead and that Dio's, like, just blitzing through. It might take a while for him to realize, oh wait, that might have been a random encounter, and he's, I mean, not likely to realize that it was the rival that was different. Because he doesn't know that they got different starters.
Dulles has run into a major problem on this for Alligator. Between Screech and Extreme Speed, he's been taken out twice. On the Rapidash taken down twice, and he's going to have to reset here.
Feels bad, man. Maybe you should not have given the rival that for Alligator.
Dio Games is getting his cut HM now. But Dulce, man, he's got a problem here with this Feraligatr. He's got to hope that he can get a crit, a special drop, something from Psychic here.
There's the crit. And there's the second crit. Good job, man. You jinxed it.
Yeah, I did it. I got him through the fight. He can thank me later.
Vileplume. So we can now, if Oddish is not available, we can breed the Vileplume for an Oddish and then evolve it. Cap.
I thought I was going to make it through a day without talking about breed strats.
Not possible. We're not gonna allow it. Meanwhile, Dio Game's finding a Slowpoke tail, not on the card, but it is gonna be worth a lot of money, so he can sell that and buy more important items, such as revives. And if he really remembers it, he could even go and check the couple of TMs on the department store to see if there's something that's gonna help his Rapidash.
I made it through the entire race with Garth without talking about breed strats. Why would you do this to me? I'm actually like triggered on that. Like, oh my gosh, no. Anyway,
you know, one day it's gonna be like first time someone playing in a tournament against someone that's also playing in a tournament for the first time, and they're gonna breed and they're actually gonna win. And it's gonna be a memorable day in bingo history. And Dio getting the egg. He's gonna be needing that for 3 eggs eventually. But not only that, if the egg turns out to be something on the card, I guess he technically has it now, because for some reason, the egg counts as being in the decks even before they are. Thank you, Pika. We're gonna make note of that, and we're gonna check later.
Let me double check something. Is he Ditto breeding? He's Ditto breeding. What? No! Don't do it! You have so much to live for!
Don't... Okay, listen. It's not that bad if you have RNG on your side. You just gotta believe it.
Yeah, unfortunately, the odds of Ditto producing an egg are not the strongest in Gen 2. Dio finds a Charmeleon in the national park. That's fantastic, actually.
With that, it opens up... was it Dio that had the Kingdra information? Because if so, then it opens up the diagonals. The one diagonal, that is. It also opens up column 1.
Yeah, Dio was the one that made it up Sprout Tower. He found the Kingdra info. Meanwhile, Dulles picked up an Abra, most likely to check the trade. Could you imagine if the trade is something like a Kingdra or any of the Dragonite line? Something that, he doesn't have information on.
I would bet the Mantine or Skarmory. Or maybe, I guess, even Mankey. I guess he has Meowth, but Mankey or Meowth would be very good pokes to get if they're the trade, but who knows? We're gonna have to wait and see. Meanwhile, those finding a female Nidoran, so that's, I guess, information for Nidoking, Nidoqueen. He's going to have to evolve it, but that's fine, because he can stop the evolution a couple of times and get that middle go while he's going to go for the Nidoqueen. And he found it on a phone book trainer. That one has 3 Pokemon, I believe, so it's not the most optional of the phone books, but it is one that people like to do anyway. It's good for experience regardless.
Dio's gonna pick up the phone number for the kid in the national park. So, not a bad phone number to pick up. He's a nice, easy trainer. You do have to. He does want to beat those trainers anyway, so might as well grab the phone number while he's at it. Also, a quick shout out to Halk in chat and the fact that 100% paralysis therefore makes Zapcan a better move.
Look, it's 50% chance to paralysis versus, I think, how much is it? Something less than that for Thunder. So Zapcannon is obviously better.
Thunder's 30, but Zapcannon is 50 accuracy, 100% paralysis. And it's, what is Thunder? 70 accuracy at 75? Ballpark? Kenya is a Mischievous. Unfortunately, no Mischievous, no Ghost types on the card.
That was fighting that one trainer for the phone book, forgetting about the phone book, and then immediately realizing, oh wait, I need to talk to him. So then he gets it anyway. I have not been keeping track of that. Meanwhile, Dio fighting a Clefairy, that's gonna be obviously the one normal type, but with the Moonstone that I don't remember if it was him or Dulce or both that got it, it's gonna be 2 normal types for the price of 1 catch.
It's a pretty good find with that with the Clefairy there.
Those now seeing the Electabuzz, and because it is on a phone book trainer, Dio is likely to see it as well, so he can just look back and realize, oh, that's where he got, and ooh, those just ran into an optional that unfortunately has no phone book, so it's gonna cost him a little bit of time, unless it has information. So far, Kadabra is not exactly information. Not for this card anyways. Dio finding a Cleffa, which is another baby Pokemon.
So we do have information on enough babies to get by, as Dulce finds a Ho-Oh here.
And those getting to fight another trainer, which, yes, it is a phone book trainer. However, he sees it from very far away, so he wasted a little bit of time not only on the exclamation but also on that trainer moving up to him. Not 100% optimal, but it's still fine. It's just a couple of seconds that you lose, not that big of a deal. He's going to get a phone book out of it though.
Meanwhile, Dio taking the wrong path through Whitney's gym. Maybe he gets some interesting information out of this. Vaporeon not useful, but he did also get the haircut while he was at it in the underground.
Did he get the coin case? I did not. I was not looking at him. Oh, nice. There's the Slow King information that he already has. So if those decides to do a super meme play and goes for that one trainer in Whitney, he is going to get that sort of information. Fairy with Earthquake, not the most damaging Pokemon, but the move is still very scary when you're running Rapidash. And it's also like weird because you have Clefairy in Witness Gem, so what kind of random is this? Speaking of Whitney, Dio is gonna be saving up, gonna be healing, and gonna be fighting Whitney right now. Let's see what she's got today.
Yeah, bear with me as I'm handling a couple of admin things. If you can hang tight, Fire.
Don't worry, we got this. This Whitney is like pretty much a started girl. She's got Golava and she's got Bailiff. So yeah, not the most difficult fight ever. Those finding a Furret, not on the card today. He also found a Kadabra earlier. And I believe I saw Skobash on Whitney, question mark. I just caught it with the corner of the eye, so I don't really know. We would have to wait until he does a TM check or something. In the meantime, Dulles is done with the 4 trainers in National Park, so he's going to be moving up to Whitney right now. Dio's done with both of those already, so he's going to be moving up to the Sudowoodo, and let's see what it is. Ooh, those getting sniped by the trainer. You can usually avoid that spinner just fine, but if you ever bonk on the walls or stir step in that Route 35, he's going to hit you. So if that happens, the best advice is just stop, let him spin, and then move on. However, it usually takes some sort of reflex for you to do that, and sometimes you just can't really avoid it. Meanwhile, Dio Game's fighting the Sudowoodo. It is a Magikarp, so he could catch it, and because it's at level 20 already, he just needs to give it a couple of levels and stop it evolving to get that go. Not gonna do that, just gonna run away, and because he just ran away from the thing, unfortunately we're not gonna see Elixir strats. Dio also finding a Bellsprout, which he could catch, and it looks like he's going to do that. And check the trade just in case. And if the Bellsprout also has, oh no, never mind, I'm stupid. Maybe he's just catching it to evolve into a Weeping Bell. If it has a Rock type move, that's also gonna be good because he's most likely gonna lose that because his Slowking is in the daycare. Let me see, at which level does Bellsprout evolve? Dio, not even caring. I'm just gonna Master Ball this thing, and it's mine, and it's over. Bellsprout evolves at 21. So it's only 6 levels away from doing it, so not too bad, I guess. And if he gives all those levels and stop the evolution a couple of times, it's gonna count for 2 goals. Although let's see if it decides to go for something else.
Okay, I have gotten a ruling on the Slowking issue. If Dio Games does end up being the first one to finish, we will have him stop and double check the Slowking just to make sure. It's going to actively overwrite those moves, so he could be in a lot of trouble with that unless he finds something else.
Yeah, we've had a race already in this tournament where we had to do that. On the flip side, however, he knows that the Slowking has it, and he knows where it is, so he can just go there and catch another one if he ends up needing it. Speaking of needing it, Dio Games just finding the Machamp with Rock Pro, I believe. Or was it Rock Slide? I think it was Rock Pro. So that's gonna be another way of getting a Rock type move.
Now double check me on something. Did he have something that had Ancient Power? I forget. Was it just the rollout on the Slowking? I saw Ancient Power somewhere. I don't remember if it was on his side or Dull's side.
I'm pretty sure it was on Dull's side. What had Ancient Power? Something had Ancient Power. Jolteon had Ancient Power, I believe.
It's the Jolteon with Ancient Power. Okay. I was just making sure that this whole conversation wasn't for naught. Like, our concerns are unfounded, but could be interesting towards the end of this, especially if they stay close. I mean, Dulles is only a little bit behind him. Yeah, I knew that was how Dulles got the goal. I just wasn't sure if it was only on his side that I saw it. Dulles is going to pick up some items here. Most likely grab himself some revives. It's always good to make sure you have those. Don't want to end up dying to something stupid, especially against Rival 3. Given that his rival is already proven to be a pain, you don't want to get back into another problem with that.
Meanwhile, though, selling the Moonstone, that is a bit of a thinking emoji play. I guess he really wants the money? Question mark? Wait. Oh well. Okay, I'm gonna ask him later if that was on purpose or if that was an accident. Because he does have Nidoran information.
Yeah, he did see a Nidorino earlier. It could just have been like a whatever, I don't need this right now kind of mental, like a space out kind of moment.
Oh yeah, that too. He could also, as chat points out, there's 6 normal types, so he could use that on Jigglypuff or Clefairy and get another normal type out of it. So that's a very, very questionable play.
So has he seen a normal type? Excuse me, has he seen a Clefairy or a Jigglypuff? I know Dio Games caught a Clefairy earlier.
I think he did not. At least not on the wild. He definitely saw it in the Witness Gem because the first trainer, or well, I guess the obligatory trainer did have a Clefairy in there, so he definitely saw it, but I don't think he has caught it.
Okay, Snubble Girl had a Clefairy. I remember you saying that now. It was something I missed in the scramble. My apologies.
Meanwhile, Dio Game's taking the hardcore way out of Burnt Hour, not using an escape rope. He would rather not leave Eugene waiting forever. Or I guess, no, it's not. Is it Eugene or is it Morty? I don't know. But whoever is the guy, he's not gonna be waiting forever in that tower.
Well, he doesn't wait forever. You find him over in Cyanwood. He just checks his watch for a few minutes. He's like, I don't think he's coming back.
Mm-hmm. He just tied himself with the rope before he falls down. He fell down. That's the plan, and it actually kind of makes sense in this specific one situation.
Dio Games is going to get Morty's gym started here, while Dull's heading for Rival 3. He's hoping that Rival 3 is a little less difficult than Rival 2 was.
Also, did you notice that Dolls just literally walked up to Burnt Tower instead of using the bike? Did he just derp there for a moment? Or did I miss some sort of new RNG manip strats or something?
This is the newest strategy in speedrunning called the Casual Stroll. It's the tortoise and the hare mentality.
You're purposefully delaying something so that your opponent does not know where you are. Yeah. I should have figured that one out.
See what Dulls' Rival 3 has in store. He's got a Pseudo-Widow lead here. Now, Dulls' Rapidash is level 27, so hopefully this isn't going to be a problem. And especially when it's a Pikachu in second, it's not looking so threatening. We'll have to see what comes of the Feraligatr at the back end here.
Dio deciding not to get rid of the poison. He's just like, nah, I want to be in Blaze, or something like that.
So he gets a good flinch on the first headbutt, and deals with the Feraligatr rather easily. So it's a nice Rival 3 fight for Dulls. Nice little recovery after that horrendous Rival 2.
And in the meantime, Ampharos has Rollout, and it's Rollout 2. And just killed that Rapidash, so he's gonna have to waste a couple of revives.
Alright, chat, we're looking at you here. We don't have game audio for the restream, so we're gonna... Okay, you're ahead of me here. Meowth, Growlithe, Haunter.
That's actually really good, because if Meowth is the first roamer, and they do have Meowth information already because they fought a trainer with it, they can actually track the roamer down, and by catching the Meowth, not only they're gonna catch the Meowth, it's also gonna be a third level 30, so that's like really good. Speaking of Meowth, Magnemite on Dio's side just Baton passing into another Meowth on this one trainer, which also has a Steelix, so Steel type trainer right there.
So this could prove fun. We could see both players digging for a roamer here. Especially if the Meowth is not in a decent place other than the roamer. Yeah, that extreme speed Steelix was that's something else right there.
Speaking of Steelix, just as the trainer before Morty had a Magnemite, Morty himself also had one. And before we see a second Steelix, come on Randomizer, make it happen. Ooh, this Magmar is a bit of a problem. It's got Spore, which is never fun, and it also has Milk Drink, and having Acid Armor to increase defense, it could prove a bit of a wall there, because Dio Games is almost out of PP on Psychic, and ironically enough, it also has Haze, so goodbye all the stat changes. This Magmar is like...
Well, there's useful information for Dulls coming up. Morty has a Ivysaur. I know, I think Dulls saw a Charmeleon earlier, but now he has Ivysaur information as well.
And I believe they have Squirtle as well, but don't quote me on that. But I think they did see it, so they have multiple ways of doing that. If I was in Dio's side, I would probably try the Squirtle to get both the War Total and stop evolving 4 times.
Well, he's well, Dio's already got the goal. It's for Dulls. Dulls is the one that needs it.
Never mind. My brain is just shutting off there, right? Dio finding the Machamp, which does have Rock Throw, so just catch it. No, dude, catch it. Your Slowking doesn't have that thing anymore. Come on.
Oh, he finds a Wild Mankey. So barring any sort of issues here, I don't... Yeah, he's gonna get this. He should get this goal relatively easy now. If minimum catch rate wants to comply with him.
Nice. He got the Mankey, so now he has the option of defeating the legendary Meowth if he really, really wanted to. Oh, okay. Dio going for the poison to just kill that that Rapidash so that he can revive it with Max Revive. Interesting play. We don't see that very often, but hey, pretty fun. Meanwhile, Dolls is on the same route and finds a Mareep and not the Mankey. That's a shame. Mareep could kind of be on the card because Flaffy could be. Unfortunately, not today. Okay, so Dio decided to go for the girl instead of the boy out of the 2 trainers between Olivine and Necrotique. So, depending on what Dose does, he could potentially be getting information. Actually, he did, but I was not paying attention at which one either of them was, so I don't know if they got anything out of it or not.
Dose found a Machamp on the male Poke fan, so it doesn't help him.
And I didn't see what Dio fought, so...
I don't remember. It wasn't... I don't think it was anything to write home about.
With that said, both runners are pretty much in sync with each other.
Neither player opting to teach the Rapidash Surf. Just gonna double check myself on something real quick.
Bellsprout has Sleep Powder. What kind of random is this? Sleep Move's not on the card though. And Dio finding a Delibird. Also not on the card, but it's always cool to see a Delibird.
Yeah, 80 base special attack versus 100 base attack. I mean, he's got some weaker... He still has a couple weaker physical moves. Yeah, Iron Tail and Rolling Kick having very similar coverage. I think Surf might have still been a good play here. Let's see what the Shucky is. Eventually, we'll see what the Shucky is.
It's going to be... I don't know... Celebi. Because it's already showed up in this run.
I'm going to say it's a Krabby. It's going to be another trade poke. Both players making their way through Chuck's gym. Nothing really in the way just yet. Dio is going to see this Electabuzz that Dulls is fighting. It's going to confirm the information that he had earlier when he goes to check that.
He already fought an Electabuzz earlier. It was on one of the phone book trainers, if I recall correctly, so he already has that. But anyway, yeah, he's gonna see it once more again.
Nothing like a friendly reminder, right?
Yeah, he might have forgotten about that. And he also has Magmar.
The Flareon living on 1. Does get rid of it though, and we do see a big Meowth.
And Rapidash is already level 33, which is kind of a big deal. I don't know how Dose has that much of a level, and Dio doesn't. I guess that goes that's because of the rival, maybe?
It could be down to the rival, but that is a low. Oh, it's a horsey for Shucky.
Give it level 40. You got a Kingdra.
We're gonna get the Chuck fight started here for Dolls. Leads a Hitmonchan.
What kind of Randall?
Fighting type in a fighting gym. Is this even randomized?
With Focus Energy, which I think it has in Vanilla? I mean, maybe not at this level, but it is a move that I would definitely see them using. And Chuck was Potato. So now Dose is done with that. He's gonna get Fly, and let's see what he does next. I wonder if he's gonna go for the Shiny straight away, or just decide to do something else.
I think the play here is still to go for the Shiny first. You do still have 3 level 30 Pokemon on the card. You do open up the entire map by getting the Shiny out of the way quickly. Same with the defeat of level 40. It does give you the option to go into Tin Tower if you want.
Yeah, I think in this situation, there's no clear path. At least I don't see like a very obvious, okay, this is what I'm gonna do type of card and goals marked at the moment. So I guess he should probably just get the Shiny and then go straight away to Blackthorn and maybe not repel through Ice Path, perhaps. and potentially hope for a good Pokemon that's gonna decide what he's gonna do next. Interestingly, he's going to go for the he's not going to go through Mount Border. Instead, he's going to go through the water, and if you use Repels, it's faster to go through the mountains. However, going through here, if he's not using Repels, I guess it's faster and can potentially give you good information.
Yeah, it does give him a chance to see one, if not maybe two encounter slots on the water, as well as some of the grass slots. You typically want to avoid Mount Mortar if you can, as he runs into this hiker here. Oh! Well, he already had the Slowking information, but now he's got Poliwrath in case he wants to check that instead. He would see Nidorina as well. So he found some things that he already had information on, as far as like other halves of goals, but it does give him more options.
That's always good. And if he forgot about any of that, now he has a reminder. So it is a plan B type of thing. Dio checking at the decks. Weedle is in a very available spot, so he could... it does have water and grass encounters, but it's only one of each, so it's not too bad. Let's see what else he checks for. And I guess nothing.
I'm curious to see where this Kingdra is.
Yeah, same. Meanwhile, Dulls is going for the... Oh, never mind. He was going for the TMs and then he did not. I wonder if that was intentional for whatever reason, or if he just realized he didn't need to go there. And we're gonna see the shiny in just a moment. And it is... a Voltorb.
Boo! Ow. So Dio Games grabbing this Kangaskhan for his normal types. He did take the interior path of Mount Mortar. So we'll see if he finds anything else that's super useful.
Finds a Dunsparce, which those found all the way back in Union Cave but did not catch. Alright, let's see what these runners do next. Dolls is done with the shiny and unlocking everything, so let's see what his next move is. There are a lot of options here, and I don't think there's a particularly correct one to go for. Electabuzz, meanwhile, is also in the same place as Weedle, as Dio checked, so he might be going around 32 to pick up both of them. And we're seeing the Pokedex check. From those, let's see what he's going to be looking for.
Meowth is all over the place.
Reminder, one of those slots is the roamer, so...
Valid point. I think the roamer is the its appearance on Route 35.
Those going for Route 30-something?
33 here. Interesting.
Yes. Yeah, it's for the Poliwrath, I would say. Although, I would probably have gone for the Slowking because Dio Games did see that early, and he does have information. Regardless, those does see a Standler, and he runs away from it? Excuse me, sir? Is that intention? And he also sees a Sentret. Catch it, at the very least. No, dude, what are you doing? Catch it. It's a normal type, it's gonna evolve into another normal type, and it evolves literally, so you can stop it evolving pretty quickly. What are you doing, man?
But he does get the Poliwrath here.
He does, but he misses out on 3 of the Pokemon for no apparent reason. Going back to the PC, will we see the 3rd egg right now? Question mark?
Yeah, it looks like he's double checking. Oh, he's gonna check the Eevee. It's an Electabuzz.
Good job, man. Good job.
We did it. He could have grabbed Bill's phone number while he was in there. Oh, he's already got it done. Never mind. Disregard.
Yeah, yeah. This is actually a really good play for Dio. Go get the Eevee, which gives you Electabuzz, and then get the phone number.
I keep getting like these lockups on the restream. My apologies.
What is Dio? Oh, okay. Dio's looking for a Pokemon that has a bunch of moves that are not damaging, I guess. So I think he's just catching everything he sees or something like that? Those seen Cleffa, I don't remember if he had that information or not. Regardless, he does now, and it is a friendly reminder that he does have the option of going for babies. And Cleffa is also a normal type, so you might, you know, get that. Just in case.
You're gonna check the game corner now.
Lickitung, Abra, and Nidoking. So he might want to buy the first and the last one. Especially the last one.
He hasn't started his 3rd egg. I just realized that. He's going for his egg now. This is super late to be starting this.
Ah, yeah, this is not a very good thing. Ooh, Dio finding the Kingdra.
So the Kingdra was in a good spot, so he did get some really useful information there going through Sprout Tower. We already knew it was going to be useful, but it worked out perfectly. Now Diogen's going to head for the shiny as well.
Now we did see a Charizard in the water, so if Dio happens to find another slot, we could potentially get some very cool plays right there. Meanwhile, Dose is looking for something. I'm not really sure what he's looking for. I was not paying attention. He does find a Dodrio, which is a normal type Pokemon. Thank you very much for realizing it, Dose. Now catch it. Come on. So those at 4 normal types right now, so you just need 2 more. If he had, say, a Sentret, he would have had it by now.
So let's think about the plays to make now. I mean, Dulls can look for the Meowth to get the 40, as well as an extra normal type, but as well as the Mankey Meowth goal, obviously. But I think at this point, he's going to want to start heading towards Blackthorn.
I think he should do.
Oh, I think Dio checked his. Oh yeah, yep. There we go. Dio has checked and seen a Rock type move on Knocked Out, so Dio is safe from any sort of future problem that his choice of egg breeders has created.
Nice. And he's probably not even gonna realize the problem he had in the first place.
Not until we tell him later. And just tell him it's like, you almost created a whirlwind of chaos.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, I see him doing Glacier Badge, but I don't think he caught anything that he wanted to train up with the XP share. I could be wrong, but I don't think he has that. So he's gonna be quote-unquote wasting a bit of experience.
Now, Dulls has gone ahead and purchased the Nidoking. We'll see where he goes from here. I honestly, now Dio didn't. He could have come back with something that could be evolved or stopped evolving, but he does need this if he's going to go ahead and catch Pokemon in Lugia's room.
Yeah, I don't. There's so many options right now. You could argue going looking at Dull's side. You could argue just go defeat the Lapras and see what it is. You could argue that you should probably just go to Blackthorn to just unlock the for level 30 if you don't want to go hunt for the 40. You could argue that maybe you should just go to Tojo Falls and get a Pokemon right there because it's an easy go and could potentially be something very good. You could argue about just going to Lugia's room straight away and getting that done with, and potentially, again, having a good Pokemon along the way. There's so many options right now.
Yeah, Dio Games is heading for Lugia's room. He's taught Flash to find his way through. He must not be overly confident in how to get through there.
Well, if you do have Flash, it ends up being faster because you don't have to fiddle your way around it and be hoping for sound. Like, just use Flash, move straight away, and don't worry about it. And if he doesn't have sound for whatever reason, I guess that's also a plus. He's also taking the longer way. Interesting.
So Dulls did not have Charmeleon information. I was wrong about that. He found... I didn't see where Ivysaur was. Squirtle's in Union Cave and Slowpoke Well. You check the Squirtle. I'm guessing that the Ivysaur is not in a good location.
Maybe it's not, but he may also want the Squirtle anyway because of the evolve for Pokemon.
Ivysaur was in Mount Silver. That explains that.
There's Silverman, and there's the Charmeleon.
So he did go find it in National Park. He was able... I guess he was able to deduce when... Or I don't remember when Dio found his. I thought it was early on. Oh, no, you know what? I think it was in the National Park, so... I guess he was able to deduce that.
Oh, Dio making the plays right now, finding the baby Cleffa inside Lugia's room. Very nice indeed. Also, he should have marked. Oh, there it is. Never mind.
Dulles has found his Meowth.
Nice Meowth. With that, what is this looking like? On Dio's side, get the egg, which he should have ready already. He should be fairly close to getting. Get the stop Pokemon evolving a couple of times. Get maybe Max Phone Book with 4 non-TMs. He does have Flash already. That gives him 3 bingos. Is that correct? I think so. If he does check the Nidoking on the game corner, which he might be doing, nope, he went straight ahead it. And he's gonna get the phone book, and he's might be getting the Electabuzz. Come on, do it. There you go, the card spoils it for us. He's gonna get the Electabuzz from Eevee. So, how would he finish this?
This is a tough end game here. They do have column 4 they can do. They have information on column 2. They have column 1 they can do. So 4, 2, 1. Talking TLBR in row 5, or swap out any of the columns for row 4.
They could also do row 2 relatively easy. They do have both Oddish and Bellsprout information, and catch a Pokemon in Tojo is just absolutely free, so...
Dulles has Skarmory information while we're at it.
Oh yeah, that's true. That opens up BLTR. It also opens up column 5. It kind of opens up row 1, but not really. Let's see what it is. Ooh, Meemile and then Ice Bath. That's not good. Now, to be fair, he did not go to Lugia's room yet, so he could still potentially find it there. So I'm assuming that's his line of thought right now. Do price, get that done with, and try to hope that Skarmory is in Lugia's room or something.
Dulles working on getting that center square done. Magikarp was already at the level it needed to be to evolve, so there's no extra leveling he has to do to get it there. Price's Gym, a really good place to get that done as well. Plenty of trainers, a small area.
And he finds the Kingdra. Nice.
Dulles now with the Kingdra information. As Dio Games is going to finish his phone book out. We're getting down to it here.
And again, the Jolteon with Ancient Powers, so just in case we weren't sure if he had a Rock type move or not, he definitely has it now. Dio finds the Mankey again. Both runners already have that goal. He's looking for Weedle. Yeah, I believe he's looking for Weedle. And I guess he was going to look for Electabuzz because if I recall correctly... No, wait. No, maybe not Electabuzz. I think there was something else in that route. But regardless, he's probably looking for the Weedle.
Now you had said before that Weedle and Electabuzz were together, so it must have been the Electabuzz you were talking about on 32.
Yeah, but that's weird because Electabuzz was in the was in 30. So if it was in 30 and 32, maybe I just looked at it wrong.
Well, either way, he is going to find the Weedle here. So 2 levels, that will be able... he can stop that from evolving. That'll be pretty easy. Those up to 3 evolution stops. And he's going to see the Kingdra up on Route 43. Perfect positioning since he's already in Mahogany Town.
Very convenient indeed. Now, I don't remember if it was on the water or if it was on the ground. I saw that Dio got it, but I didn't see where it is. Also, praise Helix, please.
I think it was on the water, was where he found it. We'll know for sure soon enough. All these water types on the water, what is this? You'd almost think things were meant to make sense.
Those, what are you doing, Kappa?
Dio Games is heading for the 40 in Tin Tower.
I think it's a good play, I guess. If he's not comfortable with tracking down the level 40 Meowth, or he doesn't realize it is a Meowth because he might not have associated the cry. Now, sure, we had Pika to tell us, but he might not have realized that. So he can do the 40, which not only is going to help him evolve his Pokemon, it's also going to give him Call 4, so that it's 1, with TLBR it's 2, then we have 3 on roll 5, we have, what else he could do? If he gets Whip and Barrel Gloom, that's roll 2, he could get 4 non-damage TMs, or he could get the Nidoking and the level 30. So yeah, overall I would say that's a good play, along with 3 eggs, which granted he does not have right now, but he might be banking on just a little bit of luck to get it.
Alright, Dio's starting his evolution stops here. I want to see if we can figure out an actual path to finish here. Dio Games' problem right now is that his eggs are not... His egg is not happening right now.
That is correct, and he does not... I don't think he did check the game corner, so he doesn't know that there's the free Nidoking right there. So, now sure, he does have other ways to do that go, but he's gonna have to hunt for those Pokemon anyway, and that's gonna be a disadvantage. Meanwhile, he just reset on the fights, so that's not gonna be very fun. Teaching Surf now to Rapidash. He should have done that a long while ago, but that's fine. Better now than never.
Yeah, Dio Games unfortunately running into a Moltres with Crabhammer, slowing down his journey into Tin Tower. Now, Dulles is having the devil's time finding this Kingdra. I'm pretty sure it was on the water. I don't know how many slots he's seen in the grass. I know he saw 2 in the water at this point. There it is.
Hey, there's the Kingdra.
Yeah, trust your instincts. That's what I'm talking about. So let's take a look at this for Dulles. Dulles has got some useful information. He's got pretty much all the information that DO Games has. He has the Skarmory, which is not great information.
I would... Yeah, he does have that. Which, I guess it's 2 goes for him, because it goes for the diagonal, and it goes for Calm 5 if he decides to get to level 30. Overall, I would say that Dulles has more information, but Dio has definitely the lead in terms of goals and stuff done. Going for the Lapras right now. Now, this Lapras could be something very important. It could be, I don't know, Weeping Bell Gloom or something like that. Information?
Maybe a Mantine.
Maybe a Mantine, that would be pretty good as well. Or maybe a baby, which would also be equally important.
He gets trolled by the Lapras swimming with him. It's a Dodrio, though, unfortunately. No help.
Never mind. Okay, so what should those do? Let's see. Row 4. Call 5. TLBR. And then that's 3. If he can find the one Pokemon with the 3 TMs, the 4 non-TM moves, that gives him 5 bingos. That's what I would aim for. I mean, that's what I think it's his fastest path.
Yeah, that at this point, that's gonna be his best bet.
And then he's not gonna need the egg, which he didn't put that much time. Whoa, 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 a bunch of goals being marked all at once. What is this? The Theta 40, that's true. Stop the Pokemon evolving, that's right. Okay, okay, that's fine, that's fine.
Alright, so let's see. Let's look at Dio's path here. 4 non-damaging non-TM moves gives him 2. He's got TLBR. This is tough. Like, it's based on like what information he has and how he wants to go about this. He's got several ways to get there.
Honestly, his best bet is just praying that the egg is there. Because if it's not, he's got a real big problem. And then that is 3, that's actually, no. Yeah, that's true, that's 3 bingos. And then he just prays to get something with 4 non-damaging TMs, and that's 5 as well. However, we have not seen anything that looks particularly promising. Nidoran is good, I guess, but doesn't really help Dio all that much. I mean, he might as well just catch it because he doesn't have anything better to do right now, but it's not particularly useful. It's not gonna be the deciding factor that makes him finish real quick.
Doubles, on the other hand, is heading for Blackthorn. He's heading for should be heading for his 3rd level 30. He's checking slots. He did find an unknown slot in there, it looks like.
Here's the polyref again. There was something that was in Ice Path. I don't recall exactly what it was. Maybe it was a Skarmory.
Yeah, it was the Skarmory that was in Ice Path. He is looking for the Skarmory here. That's a lot of encounter slots to be digging for a Skarmory. I think it's something to the tune of like 25 or 30 encounter slots in Ice Path. Could be 35. I don't remember the specific number.
It is a multiple of 7. I believe it's 35 as well. Maybe it's 28.
Oh, I did do it as multiples of 5. My bad. Yeah, multiple of 7. It's something to the tune of 35 to 42, I think.
Those? What are you doing? Those? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's 35 encounter slots in Ice Path. There's 5 different encounter groups. Yeah, he's still digging for the Skarmory, and if he can find it, that's huge. There it is. There's the Skarmory.
Nice. That's very important. With that, he can TLBR, BLTR. That's 2. With what else?
He just has to catch the 30, and then he just needs. He'd have the 2 and catches Pokemon in Tojo Falls would give him the 2 diagonals, would give him 4 row 4 and column 5, and then he'd have plenty of options. He just needs to maybe find something with 3 non-TMs and go get Flash.
Yeah, that's looking like it. Or rather, I think it's actually gonna be a little bit difficult to get for non-damage. He could just instead go for the Weeping Bell or Gloom, because he has both Oddish and Bellsprout information, and depending on where they are, he could just easily evolve one of them, and I think it would be faster. Well, not faster, but definitely easier than trying to hunt for something with 3 TMs, non-damaging TMs.
He also has the option of column 4 here. If his egg is ready by the time he's done here, he can go defeat a level 40, and he'll have already done Tojo Falls to get the diagonal.
That is true. Wouldn't necessarily be the fastest way of doing it, but if he doesn't realize Weeping Bell or Gloom, then yeah, that would be another way of doing it, which would also be faster. Interesting to note that neither player got the radio card, now that I think about it.
Yeah, we'll see what Dulls does here. Entirely up to him at this point. Oh, he didn't repel. Oh, he didn't grab the 30 out of the box, so he's gonna have to do this the hard way.
And there we go, Dio finds the level 30, and it is a Blissey, OMG! It feels so bad not to kill it, but you've gotta do it, man. You've gotta catch the thing.
Who wants bulk experience? Yeah, this is rough for Dulls. He had it set up. He didn't grab his shiny out of the box.
Like, this is... Oh, but not grabbing the shiny does pay off with the Nidorino that he... Oh, wait. Already has. So...
Yeah, he's already got that one.
Meanwhile, Dio fighting an optional, which, by the way, is a phone number trainer. I'm gonna ask those about it later if he does not realize the fastest way of doing it.
Also, shoutouts to chat for always making sure that we know exactly when we were wrong. As Dio is going to work on getting himself his Nidorino to evolve to Nidoking.
And the egg is still not available.
That's the problem with Ditto breeding. That is 100% the problem with Ditto breeding. Ooh, Dio's box is full. He's gonna have to make a few adjustments here, or go with Jesus strats and release it.
In the meantime, that Blissey, it does have 3 non-damaging TM moves, so now he just needs to teach it Flash, and then he's got that free go. So Dulls is in a very good spot, IMO. He just needs to get the Nidoking. That's gonna give him 4, and then Weeping Bell Bloom could give him the 5th. If while he waits for the egg, or he could just be biking around endlessly until the egg shows up. That's another option. Let's see what he decides to do.
Okay, so he's gonna head into Claire's gym to get the experience onto the Nidoran. Yeah, that's brutal.
Okay.
If Dulls had gotten the Blissey, he'd be done.
He would still have to do the entirety of Sprout Tower to get Flash, though. But yes, he would have a clear path to just finishing it out.
But the time that he has been in... The thing is, with the time that he's been in Route 45 and the tower, he'd have already cleared Sprout Tower by now. So we're getting down to it here. It's just a matter of how does Dio finish this out? He doesn't have the Mantine or Skarmory information. He's hoping for the egg, but he could go find babies. He does. I'm positive he's got all the baby information he needs.
Meanwhile, Dio Game's fighting the Lugia that decides to use Rain Dance, so he decides to start spamming Surf. However, the Lugia had Sketch, so now he's in big trouble.
Oh.
And here we go, Dulls fighting the level 40. I think he's gonna be catching it. I have a feeling that he's gonna catch it for the 3 level 30 instead of actually defeating the thing. But let's see what it does.
That is decidedly a I'm gonna kill you move right there. Yeah, he is defeating the level 40.
Indeed, the level 40 stands no chance.
Let's see what these guys do here. The Nidoran is going to evolve to Nidorino now. As long as he survives this battle, I should say. Dulce does have his third egg.
Right, so now he's got his second, and as soon as he catches a Pokemon in Tojo Falls, he's gonna have... Oh wait, I'm sorry. As soon as he catches in Tojo Falls, he's gonna get his second and third bingo at the same time. And then he's just gonna need 4 non-damaging non-TMs, or the third level 30. Which I believe he's gonna... I don't know, I think he's gonna go for the third level 30. He's just gonna be spamming there, and hopefully finding something.
Yeah, here we go. Dio looking for the babies. Back on 45 for the Elekid. Dulce finds a Mewtwo in Tojo Falls.
Sweet.
Hello, Mewtwo. So it'll be interesting to see if maybe this Elekid's in the water on 45. This one's close. There Dio sees the Nidorino on 45. That's got to be frustrating.
Yeah.
Dulce is going into Claire's gym. Now, he did catch that level 27 Golem, and it is equipped with an experience share.
Okay, if he actually wins by using EXP share to get the blast level 30, I'm gonna be naming this the Dull Strat, because, come on, I've never seen that actually work.
Oh, the levels of grief we're gonna have to give him if this happens. If this is the way he wins, the levels of grief we give him, I think, are astronomical.
Ironically, just catching the level 30 would give him, obviously, the level 30, and would also give him the 4 non-damaging non-TMs, so he could very quickly just finish this. Also, it seems that Dull's stream is frozen for some reason.
He may have it not set right, so it might he might have tabbed out.
Meanwhile, Dio doing its best to try and do something. I'm not really sure as to what he's doing right now. Is he training something that I have not seen?
I'm actually getting a little concerned about Dulce here.
Mm-hmm.
I pinged him in Discord to see if he's alright. hear the... So you guys hear the fight in the level ups. He has marked it. It's... I mean, he's technically done. Okay, his stream is still live. If... Oh, interesting. Yeah, we might need to refresh the restream, but if it's clear on Dulls' side, we're all right.
And that's it. Those
Well,
calling
this
the
has
dot
been-
done.
This has been a race, man. Let me let's go ahead and get these guys in here. Hello, guys.
How's it going?
Yo,
So-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My stream started dropping frames. I don't know what happened.
So-
Huh?
We
How are you
do
guys
have,
doing tonight?
We're all right, actually. we do have some things to talk about. First of all, I'm going to say, Dulls, congratulations.
Thank you. I didn't think
nice
I was
job.
gonna win that. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Honestly, it could have gone either way. For a second there, I thought, okay, Dio's gonna win, and then no, Dulls is definitely gonna win. And I was like, no, it's gonna be Dio's, and maybe Dulls. And I was like, back and forth between you both. It was
Yeah,
actually a close race.
I feel so bad at
So-
the end. I didn't notice I had 2 diagonals. I was like, I need to get the non-TM damaging move, and I'll be done. And then as I go in the Pokemon Center, I look over and I'm like, wait, I have 2 diagonals,
have,
don't I?
So
We're all right, actually.
let me bring this to your attention. So you did catch the shiny at Lake of Rage, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
First of all, I'm going to say,
So-
Dulls, congratulations.
You know about the level 30 on 45, right?
Yeah, but I was like, if I can't find a level 30, I was just gonna
Honestly,
find a
it
high
could
level
have gone
28 and
either
go
way.
for that
For a
level
second
40
there, I thought,
Pokemon
okay,
because I figured I
Dio's
could at
gonna
least
win,
try to
and
get a
then,
couple
no, Dulls is
levels
definitely gonna win.
and
I was
eventually
like,
get close to level 30
it's
with
gonna
that.
be Dio's, and
Okay,
maybe
real quick, guys.
Dulls, and I was like,
I think
back and
Dulls,
forth
it's going to be on
between
your
you
end.
both.
I need you to go ahead and
It was
mute
actually
your
a close race.
OBS mic or
Okay.
anything like you've got because we're getting an echo on the restream end.
Oh, my OBS mic is muted.
Or if you have any playback going, I don't know.
You
It
have
might
to
be
be
on the
muted,
restream end.
everything.
So you did catch
Yeah,
the
put
shiny
the
at Lake
volume.
of Rage, correct?
No,
Okay.
I don't have anything
So,
restreaming myself. I don't know what's
You
going
know
on.
about okay, it could be on the overall restream end. Anyway, I'm gonna move on.
Okay.
So no, the strategy would have been to actually get the shiny out of your box and repel.
Okay, real quick,
You
guys.
would have found the 30 and
I think
only the
Dulls,
30.
It's going to be on your end. I need you to go ahead. And
I don't know why I
mute
didn't
your,
think of that.
OBS,
So
mic
so here's the other thing.
or anything.
Dulls, you could have been
We're
done
getting
probably
an echo
10
on,
minutes earlier
restream end.
because the
Probably
Blissey,
so.
the level 30 was a Blissey with 3
Or if
non-damaging
you have any
moves,
playback going,
and a
I don't-
quick
Oh my
run up,
gosh.
quick run up Sprout Tower would have gotten you there. That's how that is how Dio got there.
Oh my gosh. I don't know where my mind was honestly
It
when
could-
thinking
it
about
could
that
be
level
on the
30.
overall restream
Like
end.
if
Anyway,
my brain would have
I'm
like,
gonna move on.
I don't know what it is
Um,
about racing. It's like I feel
so,
like my
no,
brain
the
turns to
strategy
mush
would've
sometimes in a
been,
race.
Um,
Because usually that's the kind of strat I
to
pull if I'm
actually
playing a
get the
day
shiny out of your
playing in the
box
day.
and repel. You would have found the 30.
and
So
only
Dio,
the
I'm
30.
gonna bring a couple of things to you here.
Yeah, sure.
So here's the other thing. First of
Dulls,
all,
you could have been done
probably
10 minutes
Ditto
earlier.
breeding is
Because
probably
the
the
Blissey-
worst way
The
to
level
breed
30 was a
anything
Blissey
ever.
with 3 non-damaging moves.
Yeah, it
And
sort
a
of
quick
harmed me.
run up-
I could have been done
Quick run
about
up
15
Sprout Tower
minutes
would have
ago.
gotten you there. That's how.
Yeah,
that
just
is how
like
Dio got there.
those could have been done a long time ago.
Yeah.
You could have been done a long time ago as well.
Wait,
Yeah.
you mean my
Yeah.
desktop audio? Hold on.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I didn't actually know that the Ditto breeding would be so unreliable. So that's on
So-
me.
So Dio, you also kind of sent
So, Dio,
sent us into a bit of a tailspin here. I actually had to
Yeah, sure.
I had to hit up the admin to get
First
it,
of
like
all,
a ruling.
Yeah.
Ditto breeding.
You luckily you
was
found a
probably
knock
the
towel with
worst way
ancient
to breed
power.
anything ever.
If you had been
Yeah,
the
it
first to
sort of harmed me.
finish
I could have Yeah.
and
done
hadn't
about
found
15
something else,
minutes ago.
we were gonna send you back
Yeah,
to double check your slow
the-
kick.
Those could have been
because
done a
you
long
would have
time ago.
lost the
You
rock
could have
type
been
move
done a
off the
long time
slow
ago as
kick.
well.
I
Oh
deleted
no.
the second move, not roll out. I I moved the cursor down. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I didn't.
Did you move
actually know.
rollout down?
No, the rollout's on top. I deleted the second slot. I'll go grab it for you.
Oh
Let
no
me-
no no no! I was saying you found you. I was gonna say, well, you would have had something anyway because the Noctowl knew ancient power.
Yeah.
Also,
So
Jolteon.
you were fine, and you did catch the Jolteon as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just something that was like, we're gonna have to monitor that because we might have to send him back for that if he wins here. I was in a conversation with Oro, just like I'm like, hang on, I've got to see what we're doing here.
I swear, I just saw another race where the same thing happened with the rock type move too, where they put both their Pokemon in the daycare center and they lost their rock type move. I think that was a Hercules match.
Leave it to Herc.
Oh man.
Of course,
Okay.
it would be Herc.
I tell you though, Dio, good game, man. You
Yes,
had
thank
me
you.
on my toes the whole time. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm very sad the breeding didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, I made a lot of routing mistakes too, but I think it's more so for me tournament nerves, to be honest.
Yeah, I was less nervy this time, but still,
Yeah.
good game.
Yeah,
It was a
good
lot of
game,
fun.
man. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for racing me.
Yeah, anytime.
So Fire, do you have any questions for these guys before we wrap up here?
I was gonna ask about those just not getting a single normal type in the early game. I was questioning that very, very hard. I guess in the end it didn't matter for him because he didn't go that route.
Yeah.
So good planning.
My brain early on was like, I don't want to waste Pokeballs until I find a good main. And then I just ended up running the the Rapidash later on.
Well, yeah, like when you were looking for the Poliwrath, you saw the Stantler, which was a free normal type, and then you also saw Sentret, which again was a free normal type, but then you could very easily evolve it into the Furret and stop it from evolving because it evolves at early levels
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
So I was questioning that a little bit.
Oh no, that's fine. That's just what was going through my mind at the time. Because the one thing I get afraid of is like not having enough Pokeballs at a certain point in the game. Because that happened my first tourney race. Like I ran into the Pseudo Widow, which was required at the time, and I was like out of Pokeballs by then. So I think it's more so for me, just kind of like I feel like I can just reserve my Pokeballs then, and then for the normal types, I'd go back and get them later if I need to.
All right. So do either of you guys have any more comments on what was actually a really good race?
No,
This
wishing I'd
card's
known about
harder than my practices. I'll tell you that.
wish I'd known about the Ditto stuff sooner, but now I know. Just had to learn at a bad time.
All right, so we'll take a look here at the bracket. If I can find the bracket. So that was a losers bracket match. So that is unfortunately the last we'll see of Dio games in the tournament. Now Dulles is going to face Bry Guy 77 in losers round 3. So that should be a good match, something to look forward to coming up. Also make sure, guys, check us out tomorrow. I'm not sure if we're going to be on Randomania 1 or Randomania 2. I haven't looked at the overall schedule. We will have another bingo race tomorrow at 3 p.m. It'll be Rashla versus Civil Yoshi. And then at 5 p.m. we have Snorms versus Technetium. And that's gonna be a barn burner of a match right there. Those two are
those are
really
some
good
good matches.
But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us here tonight. Make sure you guys give a follow to both Dulles and Dio Games. Both put up an amazing race for us, really entertaining race, close right to the end. Make sure you throw a follow to Fire1520 as well as our restreamer, Maximum Barnage, for putting in the hard work, bringing you guys this race. Without a restreamer, you guys would have to watch it separately. You'd have to multi-twitch it. Not worth the trouble. And so big shout-outs to Maximum Barnage for hooking us up with the restream. Big ups. But that said, on behalf of Dio Games, Dulles, Maximum Barnage, Fire, and everybody else involved, my name is Mizzlesticks. It's been a pleasure bringing you this race. We'll catch you tomorrow.